The topic for my research paper was overfishing and how it affects sharks and other marine life within our oceans. Overfishing is a very broad topic. It can pertain to both saltwater and freshwater fishing, and the word fish can apply to anything within the water. As an advocate for our oceans, it was important to me that I stress the necessity of keeping our ecosystem in balance. As apex predators of the sea, sharks feast on a large variety of sea creatures, including seals, dolphins, fish, squid, turtles, and even other sharks. Many people misunderstand sharks, are afraid of them, or simply pay them no mind. I've gone one step further and explained not only what happens to the sharks, but how endangering them creates imbalance within our oceans. Most sharks live in deep ocean water, coming closer to shore to hunt for food, reproduce, or simply in search of warmer water. Although sharks can be found in every ocean in the world, research shows that up to 70% of the oceans are shark-free. Some sharks frequently populate more shallow areas, most commonly residing amongst our coral reefs. Here, they play an important role within the ocean. By feeding on the larger-sized fish, the smaller fish amongst the reefs are protected. So what happens when humans deplete the shark's food? Smaller fish amongst the coral are responsible for coral health, consuming any overgrowth of the algae amongst the reefs, allowing for photosynthesis and supporting reef health. They are vital to the reef's survival. Without them, the reefs would not be able to receive sunlight and would eventually die. By overfishing and depleting sharks of their food, we directly contribute to the death of our oceans. Without a reliable food source, sharks are forced to migrate away from the reefs in search of a meal, leaving the smaller reef fish vulnerable to predators. Our reefs are responsible for producing over half of the oxygen within the ocean, and without an adequate amount of helpers among the coral, the reefs cannot survive. Without a healthy ocean, humans are unable to use seafood as an economical resource. Some people would argue that overfishing in our society is exaggerated and lacks relevance, perhaps arguing that laws have been put in place to prevent overfishing and debating over the price of stocks. All things considered, most overfishing occurs illegally and in other countries. Because the oceans are all connected, one country's decision affects all of our oceans, even here at home. The issue of overfishing doesn't just pertain to depleting the food for the sharks. In other countries, sharks are commonly hunted themselves, captured and killed for their fins, skin, massive teeth, and jaws. In China, shark fin soup is a delicacy. Meanwhile, in souvenir shops, jewelry and teeth are waiting to be purchased. While it is true that most fisheries and private fishermen adhere to laws and regulations, it is important to recognize that these regulations often do not exist in other parts of the world. Spreading awareness, maintaining respect for our oceans, and fishing within limits while also refraining from purchasing products that contribute to the endangerment of sharks are all ways to ensure our ecosystem remains balanced.